I say Liverpool, we there, yeah. Every game we there, from Anfield to everywhere. Premier League, we say, the rest is the only way. For me, for you. We chat football, eh. We chat football, eh. Liverpool, we there, Premier League, we there.
All right, everybody, welcome to We Chat Football. Welcome to another episode of Over the Top, where we go a little over the top in some of our comments and stuff like that. But you know, it goes here. Welcome if you're joining. Welcome to the chat. So first and foremost, we want to talk about the Wonder Kid, which is Rio from Liverpool. Got on the game yesterday. First, pretty much almost, I would think the first touch for of the goal, which is kind of really good. Like really exciting yesterday to see the youngster come on and score. But before we even get into that, we need to talk about Liverpool game yesterday, and that game was stressful for a Liverpool fan. I know it's the second game of the season, so we're not trying to be all crazy here and going, but yeah, we're trying to be all crazy, but we're going to go over the top with it. 10 men against Newcastle. Liverpool should have won the game. It should have been easy. Going 2-0 up, I'm thinking cruise control. Let's see this out. Let's see this out at 2-0. Yeah, that's it. 2-0. We should be able to see this out. Shouldn't be anything crazy here. That's what I'm thinking. So going to the game, 10 men, we're 2-0. I'm saying, you know what, we see this out. It's gonna be easy. This is gonna be a walk in the park. Newcastle's down to 10 men. Liverpool should see this out easily. Newcastle grab back when I'm like, okay, this is a time where we wake up. This is a time where we just take it easy, take a deep breath. We already conceded a goal. Shouldn't be the end of the world. Out of nowhere, here comes Newcastle with the equalizer, and I'm like, yep, here we go. So that's everything happened. Rio come on in the last minute, won the goal on his debut. Crazy. Now this is where it becomes a little bit too much for me. I know it's the second game of the season. Trying not to get going over the top on it. Trying, but we're gonna go over the top anyways. It's the fact that we haven't clicked it. And I know there's a lot of new pieces in the squad, and I said a lot meaning a lot. There's the two new fullbacks trying to get words in and trying to get what's his name into the game as well. Etekite. Now words have been firing all cylinders since the season started. Starting a bit slow. I mean, I expected it to be a slow start. To be fair, I expected him to start a bit slow. When the season started, I expected a slow start. To be fair, I expected it. Nothing crazy. Just takes a time to adjust to the Prem compared to Bundesliga. So I expected a slow start to his time at Liverpool. Now, I still believe that Wirtz not getting into the games is a byproduct of McAllister not playing. Because McAllister is the one that can find the passes into Vert. I still believe Vert is finding the right position, but we're not finding him as yet. So we haven't adjusted our game to play how Florian wants to play and to get the best of Florian. That will happen throughout the season. I don't have any doubts about that. That will happen throughout the season. That we will get him into the game, get the best out of Florian right throughout the season. But for right now, it's kind of like one of those where we have to find it. We have to gel really quickly. We have Arsenal coming up, and with Arsenal coming up, it's going to be a tough one at Anfield. Do I think we can win it? Yes, we can. We can beat Arsenal because again, Arsenal did not look convincing against Manchester United. However, they did look convincing against Leeds. But it's the second game of the season again. I'm trying not to go like get too judgy and going all crazy and all that kind of stuff. But the end of the day, still, too, we have not played with our best starting 11 yet since the season started. First game, we miss Gav. Second game, we're missing both McAllister and right back. So we played that game without a right back. And the first game, we much lost our right back during the game. So we have been playing short throughout the first two games, and I'm hoping that we can get our season on the road quickly and get everybody in, everybody gelling, and we push for this title like what's expected. No, talking about why I'm running the stream this morning is the new kid Rio, and I'm gonna say it right now. He is the man. Like he is the wonder kid. I think he could become one of the best players in the world. And yes, it's over the top. Yes, I am going way over the top with this because that's what they always call over the top. So the way that he was playing throughout preseason, the way the fan base have been calling for him, even from last season coming to the squad, and this is most of the fans who actually watch after the youth games. I have no time to watch the youth games because I'm busy, don't have the time to sit there and watch the under 20s or the under 16s or stuff. But I know a lot of people have been calling for him. Showed up in preseason. I'm like, okay, then. He looks good in preseason. But how many times have we seen kids look good in preseason? And when it comes down to the start of the season, you know what? The stage might be a little bit too big for them. Yesterday, he took his goal like a real pro, I would say. Took his goal like a real pro. That first time finish, that curve, like hit that ball like that first time around Nick Pope. That's an amazing finish. And to have that composure when you're at that age can only scream off. There is bigger and brighter things come for this kid. But again, I don't want him to come like what we did to Michael Owen, which is overplayed him too young, injuries, relying on him too much, and all kind of stuff, and then he's burnt out before he hit a certain age. We could put the same again for the likes of Raheem. When we had Raheem too, like Raheem played, I think, too much games early in his career, and he was that good as well. People sometimes forget that Raheem Sterling was that good when he came to Liverpool in that season, his breakout season, the SAS season, where he was cooking. So sometimes people forget that as well. So let's not play the kid. Let's see, maybe have him playing. I would say if we can get a maximum 10 to 15 games this season out of him that we're not reliant on him. So therefore, he slowly gets into the team rather than push him into the team so quickly and get burned out like really quickly. Because again, we've seen over the years where young talents actually get burnt out before they hit like 25, 26 due to the fact that they started way too early. Again, lots of Wayne Rooney. I mean, yes, he was world class. He did a lot for Manchester United, but his career didn't go as long as some of his fellow compatriots because he started his career so early. Because again, just like Rio, Wayne Rooney started first team football for Everton at 16 as well, playing against like grown men and delivering like how he's delivered, like how Rio delivered in his first game. So let's see. Let's try to make sure that he's not overworked and he's protected. I think that he's actually in one of the spaces at Liverpool at the moment where our squad is still so good that we won't be able to over rely on him that much. Where if it was like 7, 8 years ago when we were just trying to push through, trying to break into the top four, trying to become that team, over reliant on a star like that would have been like overplaying him every week. And I think that's kind of what the club is kind of meant from. Well, I trust Arne Slot with his development. Yes, I trust Arne Slot with his development. I would have trust Klopp with his development as well, because these managers know how to develop young players and try not to push them too much, and let them gradually elevate their game. And we see that. We see the likes of Trent, how Trent came through under Jurgen Klopp. Arne Slot, those from Holland, they get a lot of young talents there. So I am not one that would think that he would know how to manage minutes properly and how to make sure that he's not overworked, he's not overpaid, and he doesn't burn out in 5 or 6 years from now. We're looking at, and he already hit his peak and he's heading down a downward curve due to the fact that he's overplayed. I think it's best to keep him hungry. That I believe it's best to keep kid hungry, and yeah, but he looks like he's a man though, and I believe that if we can give him anywhere between, as I said, about say 15 games this season, just to let him get used to the first team football, and then next season we give him another say 20, 25 games next season, and then continuously have him on the fringe coming through. Again, if he's good, and he is good, he will force himself into the first team. That is not even a doubt in any Liverpool fan mind, that within the next 2 years he could be the starting um, left winger. But my thing is that I would keep the likes of a Cody Gakpo. I wouldn't like force that out in the next 2 to 3 years. I would like to keep somebody in front of him that he's still competing for that spot and not over reliant on him. Yes, some of the fan base said that he's our new Yamal, even though that is something that I am excited about. But let's be fair. If Barcelona wasn't going through the turmoil that they're going through, then the likes of Yamal, I don't think, would have gotten the amount of first team football that he's got this season and the season before that. And a lot of these young Barcelona players wouldn't be able to get the minutes that they're getting. And yes, for every Yamal that comes through, there is always the other side, where a lot of the young players picked up injuries when they're younger and they never recover to fulfill that talent they have. So I think we need to nurture him. I think we need to protect him as much as possible, meaning that try not to give him so much responsibility for him to be okay. Now we're putting on Rio. Now we're dependent on Rio, in not even if it's not this season but next season. I think these kids need a lot of protection from overplaying, because we have seen it happen in the past where young stars overplayed, and by the time they hit their mid 20s, their career is over, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, but he could have." Yes, he could have been if the minutes was managed properly. And I always put Michael Owen in that category, because when Michael Owen was his age, Michael Owen was looking as the Liverpool savior, and that was not good at the time for Liverpool, that we're so reliant on a kid. Yes, he won the Ballon d'Or at Liverpool. That's how good he was. Michael Owen, when he was younger, but injuries. The fact that we were so reliant on Michael Owen is that he got injured, and before he could recover fully, we have him back out in the starting lineup, pushing him, leading him to win games for us. And again, as I said, Liverpool is in a better position right now, way better position right now than they were back in the 90s. We won't need that full reliance on the likes of the kid, Rio. We won't need that full reliance on him, and that is a good thing. No, just be the fan base as well to set their expectation, understanding that He's the truth. He is the truth. He is gonna be a superstar in the future. But the way that he can become a superstar is that if we actually take care of him from now to make sure that when he hits 2021, he's gonna be fully fit with no niggling injuries that's gonna hamper his career, and we can push him to as far as he can go. And again, there's a lot of young players that right now I think is suffering from overplaying earlier in their career, that right now they're going through crazy injuries right now because they've been overplayed so much with no rotation because the team um, is totally dependent on them. I don't think in a grown man sport we should be looking at a player between the ages of 17 to 21 as the club savior. Because let's be honest, even when Messi was coming through at Barcelona, he wasn't seen as the club savior. At times, there was other players on the field that could take the burden off of him, and that's just it. But I think that's why I think Rio is in a good space at the moment, where there are so many other top players at Liverpool that would be able to take the burden off of him. That is great. So therefore, the excitement can be there, but we have to own that expectation that he's going to show up, and he's going to show up every single week. He is again 16, so we're going to have the game like we have today, where he comes on and he looks phenomenal. Then you're going to have the game as well that he might drop off a little bit, because with kids playing, there's a lot of inconsistency in their game because they're not fully mature and get to that level yet. However, mentally, he could be at that level. I'm not sure. But mentally, he could be there where he's on it from the goal every single week. And that would be amazing. He's able to be on it every single week. But man, are we excited to have a youngster like that? Yes, we are. I feel like this summer it's Liverpool one up Arsenal at right throughout the summer. Is they bring out Max Damon or whatever his name is, kid. He looks super excited, and Liverpool said, "Okay, Rio, let's go." So it's like over the weekend, Arsenal dropped their young kid on. Everybody's buzzing. Everybody is going crazy, and Liverpool drop Rio in against Newcastle to bang the winner in. And now the whole focus is switched. But it's good. It's the new generation of players that's coming through, the younger generation. They are exciting. They are really exciting to watch. They don't look as robotic as some of the players that we have seen over the past couple of years. Because let's be honest, the last set of players that's getting a bit phased out now, they are so system based, and it's not funny. They're like really system based. So now we're seeing football going back to the exciting days, and these kids are coming through. But we still have to nurture these kids. We still have to take care of these kids, and we have to make sure that they don't get burnt out pretty early. Because again, there is Yamal that plays for Barcelona. Everybody excited about him. But before Yamal, there was Fatty. And now where is Fatty? Fatty's injured. Fatty progression has slowed down. Not saying that he's a bum. His progression has slowed down because of overplayed and pick up injury when they're so young, and not being able to recover from it because the team is so dependent on them. So I'm hoping that we don't go out, start expecting Rio to show up in every single game. I think good game at Newcastle, but against Arsenal, I don't want to see him. I want to see him on against Arsenal. I think he should be playing more against the lower teams in the league. Couple FA Cup, couple League Cups. Yes, he came and dropped the winner in. And I believe in the thing. You're good enough, you play. But at the same time, we have to protect these kids. And the only way to protect these kids is making sure that they are fully, and as I said, fully um, not getting overworked and stuff. Yes, I know. I've been having some technical issues with mic. I might change out mic at the end. Just got a message that I sound like Bane, which is crazy. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe yeah. So maybe I could do some voice acting and be Bane. You never know. But yeah, I need to maybe figure out some settings in the audio and see if that changes anything. But yeah. But as I said, it's a lot of protection that we have to give to these kids. He's an exciting product. I know now you want to put him up on a higher pedestal, get him up there, saying that he's the new um, Yamal, or saying that he's Yamal competitor. But let's be honest, just allow these kids come through slowly. We shouldn't be over reliant on these kids going forward, anyways. That's just what I'm thinking. So, yes. Do I want to go over the top? Yes, I will go over the top on him because, again, it is so exciting. I have this excitement coming from a kid out of Liverpool. I would say since we had Raheem Sterling. And a lot of people sometimes forget how good Raheem Sterling was at his age when he broke through. Was Raheem younger than um, Rio when he breaks through? Yes, he was. He was a lot younger than. He was a lot older. Sorry. Raheem was older than Rio when he breaks through. But at the same time, it's good to see these young kids coming through. No, let's not do what we did. Can't hear. Whoa. Okay, that's crazy. Can you hear me now? Crap. Okay. I was just saying, let's not do what we did with Raheem while we're at Liverpool. Let's not overpay him. Let's allow the kid to come through. Let's allow the kid to work on whatever he's working on, and also his talent out. Okay, good. I was just worried. Okay, yeah. Let's just not overwork the kid. Let the kid grow. Let the kid prosper. Again, see right now, Saka is out again. Reasons being another young kid coming through. The club overplayed him, and to the fact that Saka is so young and Arsenal does not have backup as well. That's another kid again that I believe is overworked. And if we keep on doing this to a lot of these kids, they won't be able to meet their potential. And that's all I'm saying. Do I want to go over the top? Yes, and I am fully over the top because I think that real is the truth. But at the same time, let's hold on to the truth a little bit more while some people spill some lies, right? Until he's fully ready and I think that he can take over that left by himself. Now, if someone was calling for the likes of Rodrigo, because I would like Rodrigo to come to the club, because I believe that Rodrigo is like a top player. Now, the club didn't look interested in getting somebody out on the left. A lot of people in our spaces has been saying that if we bring Rodrigo in, it would block the lights of Rio coming through. And I'm like, he's a kid. Bring Rodrigo in anyways. Let's in the future they both can and hash it out. But I can see what everybody else is saying right now when it comes down to Rio. He is that dude. And I think that the club has made the right decision if they haven't gone out and get the likes of Rodrigo. But what the club should go out and get is a right winger, because Salah looks like he's not himself so far this season. He does not look like himself so far this season. And again, I do believe that is because there's no McAllister in the pivot. And that's what I believe that's causing us not to look the same, because ball isn't getting out of verts quickly. with Verts not getting the ball quickly, then the ball can't get out to Salah quickly, and it kind of put both players on the field like they look completely lost and they look out of it. And that's just a problem. It's we see Curtis Jones playing yesterday in the pivot, and he just wants to hold on to the ball a little bit too much. And with him wanting to hold on to the ball a little bit too much, it caused the likes of Salah and the likes of Verts not to get the ball quickly, to create quickly. And that's kind of one of the downfalls right now, I think, of Liverpool so far this season, is that we need our midfield of McAllister, Grav, and Vert, but we all need Grav with McAllister to get the ball to Vert quickly so they can create for Salah. And let's be honest, we played two games. The two games that we played so far, Frimpong played a fraction of the first game, so Salah does not have that overlapping going forward. Help him out on that side, so it kind of hinder his game, and he's trying to learn a new way of playing without the likes of having Trent behind him, which overlaps a lot. So yeah, we have all of that to figure out throughout the season. But so far, excited, really exciting season so far. Looking forward to the game against Arsenal, and yeah, we talk more about that on the Friday Vibe Show. But thanks everybody for joining. Thanks everybody for kicking in. The shows will get better. The over the top show will get better. Trying to sound a bit excited. Trying to sound not like Bane too much, as I'm told that I sound like Bane. So I'm trying not to sound too much like Bane, and hopefully this show will get better as it go on, because there will be more and more wild takes coming up, and we'll have more discussion about some of these wild takes. But yeah, it's early in the morning to drop a show for you guys. So catch you on the other one, and peace.